The Random Show. Inside knowledge of TV, pop culture, and game shows. With your host, executive producer of Let's Make a Deal and The Price is Right, Mike Richards. Joined by the shortest moral compass on podcasts, Beth Triffin. And now, The Random Show.
Welcome to The Random Show. Beth, we're on. We're podcasting. It's happening.
Oh, I'm so excited.
How excited are you?
Tons.
Lots. You know, usually we do the podcast after a day of work. Today, we came in early.
It's really early.
It's early.
Yeah.
We rose early to bring you the latest and the greatest in the world of game shows and Beth and television and insight and whatever. What else does the beginning of our show say?
That's purposely why I got up early this morning, though, because I was like, if I get in at 9, I'm not going to be very, energetic. And so that's why I got up really early this morning.
That's because you don't have kids. I'm up early every morning. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's just, but it does help.
Yeah.
And whenever I've had to do on camera stuff, right now I would not want to be on because I'm a little swollen, and not in the way that from working out.
Oh,
I'm
I was
swollen in
just
my
gonna say-
face a little bit,
hungover?
I'm feeling a little pudgy, not pudgy like fat, but
Bloated?
I traveled yesterday, and I think that does it to you. But I always wake up very early and exercise. Which is
ditto.
Which is what Beth did today.
I went to a 6 a.m. class.
Which is the Beth story ever told. We'll get to that. We're going to talk to two contestants, one from Let's Make a Deal, who won a yacht trip and traveled to her yacht trip in a limousine.
Wow.
Is that something you would like, Beth Triffin?
You know what? The one time I was in a limousine was for... What was it? I think my 13th birthday. My mom got me and my friends a limousine, and we just drove
Did you have
around.
to wear a helmet?
No. We literally drove to the ice cream shop, and we just got ice cream and then drove around this limo for an hour.
That's an unusual thing for your mom to have done. Why did she do that? Is that something you wanted?
Well, I wanted to be like a movie star, and so we all wore
okay.
dresses and got in this limo and had ice cream.
Because I don't see your mom as trying to put on airs and be a baller.
No, my mom is like a supernatural, tomboy.
Not supernatural,
No.
She doesn't have superpowers.
She may.
She did make you wear a helmet in the car for a long
very
time.
protective.
She's very protective. Yeah, I can't see. So that's fun. That's the only time you've ever ridden in a limo?
I think that, and then I feel like when I was in a wedding last year, I was in one of those really obnoxious Hummer limos.
Yeah, the Hummer limo. Yeah, you might be a douchebag if.
Yeah, I was definitely a douchebag that moment.
Jen Bisgrove, have you ridden in limos? I feel like you would have.
Oh, yeah. Whenever I go wine tasting, we rent a limo and go up. And
God, who are you?
I know.
No, we just take Fluff up to go wine taste at the liquor store.
No, wine tasting. We'll tell you later. I'm not a big limo fan. I'm not a person who likes limos. I've ridden in some. I'm not a fan. I don't think they ride well. I don't think they're comfortable ever.
Well, are there seatbelts?
Not
yes.
the ones. I've never seen them.
Well,
I don't pay attention to them.
Well, that's because you're probably drunk and...
Fair.
That's fair. I think there's seatbelts.
Oh.
There should be.
There should be. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad we had that. That segment is now over. So anyway, she got to go and then out on a yacht. And have you been on a yacht?
No.
You've never been on a yacht?
Mm-mm.
It's pretty fun. You should get one.
You should invite me.
And then we will have a contestant named Patricia, who was on The Price is Right, who came with her grandson on his 18th birthday.
Aww.
It was his dream to come to the show, and you can't come to be in the
18.
audience until you're 18. And she got to play Plinko for just way up to $50,000.
And she got an elliptical.
Hello. Speaking of working out, is that our through line? Are we going to talk about fitness?
Yeah,
we
are. We are.
And then yesterday I came back. I was in San Francisco. I missed show tapings of The Price is Right, which I rarely do not like to do. And
did it fall apart? Did it do just fine?
It did great. There's a chance it did better.
Do better.
There's a chance it did better. No, it went really well, and I was up there meeting with internet people about a show that I have sold, in quotes, and trying to get them to come on board with us. I can't really talk about the specifics, but I will say that I was intimidated to go up there and meet with these people because...
Was it like cool Silicon Valley kind of thing?
Yeah, it was like they were in like a really cool building and it was all open spaces and, everyone had a Mac laptop and they were just sitting on the couches and like doing their work from a couch and
You don't like that, though, because I've tried to be like, oh, my God, why don't we just sit on this couch and do a meeting? And you're always like, no.
Well, yeah, no, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I like to stay focused on what you're doing. I don't like to eat during meetings. And I was sure that we were going to eat during the meeting. But then they had a thing where they don't like people to eat on the new – it's a new conference. It's a new –
so they're like anal about
So they were being
furniture.
a little anal. So like as cool as they were – there was also, listen, all of a sudden they're also big boys because there's money at stake and they just,
I feel like the cool thing's just a vibe they try to give off.
Yeah, totally. And the guy was in
not...
like the main guy who's, I guess reasonably successful was in a t-shirt and he was cool, very smart. They all, I don't know how many people work at the place, but they had like bike racks and all in the building. And so, it was very cool.
Were you like, where do I park my 5 cars? Oh, bike? What? I have to pedal on my legs to get here? Oh my God, no gas for my bike?
Do you even own a bike?
No, I don't.
Because I have 3. So you can't make fun of me.
I walked here today.
You live 2 blocks away. The fact that you don't walk here every day is insane.
Whatever.
So, but I was intimidated by them because it just seems like they're smarter than everyone because they're on the because they're doing something that I consider is cutting edge, and it's a website. I mean, it's not like they're redesigning chips to go in our heads. They're just, but it's cool stuff, and like you said, there's that image of them, and they are that. And this one has been funded pretty well by a venture capitalist, and a lot of the people there are smart. Like,
so crazy.
Like Wharton's Business School and like all the intimidating stuff. Because in TV, there are people that are incredibly well educated. They're usually the PAs. And then and then there's the people that are, and I think at the highest level of the corporations, there's people that are very smart, the finance people and stuff like that. Listen, those guys are and gals are very, very smart and very well educated. But yeah, I did I always over prep and try to get ready for who I'm going to meet with and who they are and what their background is, because I feel like in some way that can help me understand them better and help, win them over in some way. And I got super intimidated. I was like, these people are going to be so much, they're not going to fall for my normal BS.
Well, it's so funny because I feel like a lot of the times when you meet with people on TV, you kind of, know the drill, like your points that you can win them over with. And I feel like this is probably totally different.
Right. Well, TV is all I've ever done. It's what I do. I know how to do it well. I'm not usually going to get asked a question that I can't at least... I won't always know the answer to it, but I can at least say, I had an experience that was similar, and here's what happened. In this, I had no idea what we were going to talk about, and so that was nerve-wracking. And I prepped. I was on the plane prepping and reading and like memorizing because I'm really terrible with names. I didn't know if you know that.
I do know that.
Really?
Yeah. I know flashcards.
Yeah, flashcards. I do. I have the flashcards, and so I was kind of doing like mini flashcards, even though there's only 8 people in the meeting.
Yeah.
And it was really fun. They were really nice, and San Francisco's fantastic.
It's so intimidating to meet people that are so good at computers and like computer like jargon. Like it's like I can hardly sync my iTunes to my iPod, and it's like it's just amazing.
Wait, your iTunes can sync with your iPod?
Who knew, right? It's very
weird. Yeah, no, I think that's probably part of it. And it's not like any of these people, I don't think, are writing the code.
Right.
They're running a business, and this, the main guy is just, I think, a very imaginative, smart, entrepreneurial guy, which I love. I mean, in the end, ended up being really fun, but I had that, like, I'm in way over my head here, and I'm supposed to be the front person for that we're smart and we're going to do a show and it's going to be great.
Did you also think it was funny that like maybe their office was so nice and well put together and junk like that, and it's like we sit in a bungalow trailer being like, hey, can we kind of leftover set piece for a new chair? You know what I mean?
We were actually talking about that because I work for Fremantle. Fremantle is getting new offices, and apparently they're going to be just
swanky.
Off the charts.
Okay,
like just,
cool.
The building has a gym in it, and like I guess it's just going to be ridiculous. And I mean, their offices now are nice, but they're not phenomenal.
They're not really nice,
but they're nice. And we were talking about it. I was like, it's and so yeah, here we are in this what looks like a
it's
converted
portable
loft.
Our trailer.
Yeah, and then I'm like, it's so weird. My office is. I've been here now 5 years. I celebrated my 5-year anniversary.
That's amazing.
And I still have basically nothing hanging on the walls.
Right. You have a lot of
We're
things
looking-
leaning against the
Well,
walls
it's-
that you think should get hung
I think it might be time
to hang.
to hang stuff. But we were talking about it because we had some Fremantle executives there as well, and I was like, in production, you don't ever think that you're going to be there longer than 4 months or 6 months because
So short term.
even in the best case, you're going to do a season or two, and then you'll probably move to a different production facility. Even if the show continues to be picked up or whatever in success, you're going to move. And so we all are transient in our offices. And so it's kind of a cultural thing that we don't have nice offices. I mean, the Deal offices, okay, the show has done 758 shows.
Yeah.
And they're not nice. I mean,
No.
it's nicer than it was.
They're nicer. When I was there, it was awful.
It was rough.
Yeah.
But that's just production offices.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. It's like a cultural thing. And here we are in a trailer. Literally, the Price is Right offices are mobile.
It's
I mean,
like
they don't move.
a
but
glorified summer bunkhouse.
yeah, that's true. But that's just, we all just accept it. And any other organization that was as powerful and big and, hopefully always profitable as Price or Deal would have lavish offices like this place.
Yeah.
I mean, these are two big, shows, and that they probably do as much money. They probably do a lot more money than the website that we were at, but maybe, who knows?
Right.
And you go, but here we are, like, it was the biggest deal that we painted the interior of the bungalow and got new carpet that wasn't green.
Yeah. That's what's so charming about this bungalow, though, is it's not what you think it's going to be. Like, you're sort of just like, oh, it's a trailer.
Welcome to The Price is Right. We've been on for 42 years, and this is our trailer that we work in.
It's awesome, though. It's very cute.
And then as we expanded, we brought in another trailer, which I got hoodwinked into.
That trailer's a piece of shit.
I don't cuss.
Not gonna
Bleep it
lie.
out. I don't cuss.
It's a POS.
It is awful, and I got hoodwinked because I thought it was going to be nice. I thought it would be at least as nice as this one.
You got hoodwinked.
And that thing showed up, and I was like, "Oh my god!" We actually did a ton of work to it.
Did you?
Oh yeah, you should have seen it when it got here. I was like, "No!" It was like the wood. You know what it was? It's one of those ones from like a construction site.
Yeah, that's what
where
it looks like.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what it looked like on the inside too. I mean, at least it's
God.
clean and nice
Yeah.
and painted now.
Yeah.
But it's rough. But that's what's so weird about production. You would think we would be in nice offices, and we're not. But anyway, it was a good meeting, and I think they were happy, and
That's
I think
cool.
that we can continue to, work with them and sell some shows, Beth.
That's
That's why I'm
exciting.
here. That's why I'm on the planet.
That's exciting.
Make TV shows.
Oh, I like
I
it.
love that you just said shit. And what people that are listening to the podcast don't know is that when Beth went on her rant the other day about cussing at the guys that accosted her on the street, the hidden camera guys,
Yeah.
she swore at them, and then she pressured Jen Bisgrove repeatedly, I think, to edit out or bleep her bleeps because she felt like it was rude. And then not one podcast later, she swore. How does that make you feel,
But
Jen
I would
Bisgrove?
like to say that I think Jen Bisgrove lied to me because she said that she put a buzzer sound over them,
No, I
and
did
she
not.
said, "Yeah, I have a text message, Jen. We can talk."
Oh,
about
let's do it. Bring out the pet.
I
Oh,
had a
it's
text
on.
message, and it said, "Oh yeah, I've put these bleeps on it. It's way funnier." And I was like, "Okay, great." Lo and behold, like 2 days
What?
later, I
No, I
listened
did
to
not.
it, and it is there for everyone to hear. And
Everyone's
I'm going
furiously
to
looking at their text.
find
This is so
it.
awesome. But let's go back to Beth while she's looking for it, which is you wanted us to edit it out, but then you just swore.
I just
Twice.
yeah, but that's not as bad as what I said during the rant.
What'd you say during the rant?
I mean, I said the F word, which I did in real life, but
They're both looking down at their phones, and neither of them can find it. And
hang on.
You said, "Can you edit it out?" And I said, "I wasn't planning on it. I
And
thought
then-
it was funny." Meaning the curse. I thought the cursing was funny.
And then go do more.
yeah.
Go down further.
This is so awkward.
2
of the nicest people being slightly angry at each other is making my morning so fantastic that I can't. Because usually they're mad at me.
I
And-
put a sound effect in for your segment. It's hilarious.
Yes,
But that was
that's the
later.
best-
that's the
that's the
oh, that's that part. That's what I
the
was
sound
talking about.
effect.
Oh, I could have sworn that it was my bleeping out
Wah,
words.
wah, wah.
But I truly
Jen
did was
Bisgrove
like,
is-
Jen Bisgrove lied.
Jen Bisgrove is the smartest person in the world. In the world. Hey, should we do something
Whatever.
fun? We'll get to the Beth story ever told because that wasn't it because that was kind of dull. Let's go with.
Hey, I'm not dull. It's not dull.
That was a little dull. Let's get Patricia on first. Does that sound good, Producer Bisgrove?
Sounds fab.
All right, get her. So here we are on with Patricia. Patricia, welcome to the Random Show. How are you today?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Yay.
So, Patricia, you brought your grandson on his 18th birthday, which is like the sweetest Price is Right thing I've ever heard. First of all, what's your grandson's name?
His name is Christian Jones,
Aww.
and we have, I grew up watching, I saw Bob Barker with dark hair and then white hair, and Drew a little fluffier, and now he's skinny.
So you've been through it. You've been through it all.
I have been through the war.
The Price is Right wars, 42 years of it.
And I used to watch my little grandson a couple days a week when his mother and dad worked, and we would sit and watch it. And at age 3, he just loved watching the wheels spin and things like that. But as the years went on, his mother would tape it during the day for him to watch at night with her. And he, about at age 4 or 5, said, "When I'm old enough, I want to go on Price is Right." And he found out it was 18, and he got tickets, and it was all him. And that is what happened. And it ended up being a great.
Was it just the two of
day
you?
for him.
Was it just the two of you that came to the show?
His mom and dad came too.
Oh, how
Jason
fun!
So, and he really insisted Grandma come. I didn't know that I would even be able to come, but anyway, she said, "If you don't come, I'm going to put you on top of the car, like the movie Vacation, and drop you down."
That didn't turn out too well for that woman.
That's awesome.
Anyway.
So now, this was the first time you had been to a taping of the show.
Oh yes, yeah.
And what was your take when you walked in for the first time?
Well, when I walked into the studio.
Yeah, into the studio.
Or into the line. Into the studio, it was so much smaller than I had it imagined.
I
had it imagined like this big theater, and it was just so neat to see what you can make it look like on TV and what it is there. I've never been on a stage set or anything before, so it was just an eye-opening, fun, heart-pounding thing. Mostly because Christian was so excited to be there.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And did you have any inkling that you would get your name called?
Oh, heavens. Honey, who would think a little 70-year-old grandma would be called up on stage that's not jumping around and,
see,
you see them hugging and loving and running and almost knocking Drew over, and no, I had no idea. We were just hoping little Christian would.
What's so fun about Price is Right is that we do get to put all different kinds of people up, and I think a lot of people are there going, "Oh, they would never pick me because I'm this way or that way or whatever." Mm-hmm. And probably most other shows, I'm trying to think, other than maybe Let's Make a Deal, you wouldn't get, it's like, hey, we need someone who's 35 years old to come up and be on the show, or 25 or whatever. And and what's so fun about Price is we get everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. No, and actually standing and going through the lines and whatever, there were a lot of great people there. They're there for a fun, happy day. You'll give a lot of people a very happy moment out of maybe a very stressful life sometimes.
That's the thing that's so amazing about the show is just like, I feel like to the people that work on it, it's just like every day, okay, just going to work. But it is so weird, like once a month or a couple times a month where you just get this feeling of like, oh my God, this is someone's like best day of their life, which is just so amazing.
Or best day of the year, or change their mood, or I always call it, Patricia. We're on with Patricia, who played and won on Price is Right. That it's you've got this chance to have a great day, and then you end up having a great day, and it's our own little alternate reality. When you showed up, whatever was happening in your life kind of goes away, and when you're inside, everybody's cheering for each other, and there's no, like, it's not competitive, it's not mean. It's one of the only places kind of like that.
It's very kind.
Yeah, it's a really warm environment. Everyone, including the production staff, is cheering for you to win. Obviously, Drew is cheering for you to win. So it really is fun. And what's neat is when you come in person, you feel that, I think, even more than when you watch the show on TV.
Oh, honey, you are so right. You don't it's almost like until you have your own grandchild, you really don't know the feeling. You can celebrate others, even just watching it, but when you're there, people sitting next to you. One little lady that lived in the LA area, she said often, at least like I think once a week, because she lives so close. She said, I just love it. She said, it just makes me feel so happy. And she was a grandma, too, that had some grandchildren. And I thought how wonderful that she can choose one day a week to walk down and be in your line, and you meet lovely people in line.
That's really cool. I didn't know that. See, there's a whole other show about people in our line, I think. I mean, because of how they end up there. I mean, your story is fantastic. There's the woman that comes every week. There's all of these people there's people that take what we call pricecations, where they fly from all over the country to Los Angeles with the focal point of their trip being that they're coming to The Price is Right. And it's really cool. I want to get really quick to you. Sure. You're standing next to Drew. You've won your one bid, which was an elliptical.
Ow.
And then George says that you're about to play Plinko for a chance to win up to $50,000. What went through your mind?
My mind just went, yes. I can't believe it, because it meant if I won $1 or $5 or $500 or whatever, never expecting to ever hit the big one, but it was going to be given to Christian for a computer for college. And that's really kind of, he was hoping to come to maybe win a computer. And so, to make a very long story short, when that happened, my heart was pounding, and you get so nervous because you can't believe it's happening to you, number one. You're happy for other people, but you don't, the emotions that you have for yourself, it's just like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, this is a dream. And it was a very nice dream, let's put it that way. And the 4 grandchildren that I have will share whatever money comes. 2 are going into high school. 1 is a sophomore in high school. The other is going a freshman in college. And they all do need little computers now. The world has changed, and you really can't do anything without a computer.
First graders get computers and iPads now. That's what I'm learning.
That's true.
Patricia, when you were standing on the top of the Plinko board, could you see Christian? Could you see your family? Or is it too bright and too many cameras and too much going on there?
You know what? I actually, because they happened to be in the second, I think, the last row, it was easy to spot them, yes.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
They were easy to see.
He must have gone crazy when you're up there playing Plinko.
He did. He was jumping up and down and giving me a thumbs up, and you're not going to believe it. My husband and I both have needed to get on. We had an elliptical, an old elliptical, and we both now, it arrived, my bike, the recumbent, arrived last week, and we're both starting to get back into exercise just because of you guys.
Going with the theme.
See, I love it.
Yeah.
We have a through line going, Patricia, all about fitness on this particular podcast. So I love, that was my next question. Have you gotten the elliptical and have you used it? So you've used it and it's working and it's great.
It's actually wonderful.
I'm glad you're using it. And then, so you must have won. You must have had. You won $11,600. So that means that you dropped a $500, a $100, and a $10,000.
Look at that.
Which is see that
magic
math?
numbers.
See that math?
Good job, Mike.
The magic numbers are different.
Oh.
So we're very happy for you. Very happy for your grandkids to get to split up the money. Did you keep any of it for yourself?
You know what? It's extra money that I would never have had to be able to do something for the grandkids. And so, no, it's going to be divided equally between the 4, whatever's left after taxes. So I can't thank you enough. You have given my grandchildren something that I never could have.
Oh, God.
Well, thank you. And, Patricia, they're lucky to have such a great grandma. Thanks so much for being on our podcast, and congratulations. Tell Christian to come back and tell Christian to come back and be on the show.
Oh, honey, well, in fact, my little granddaughter, she's just 14. She said when she's 18, she wants to go up. And I said, whenever you're ready, put Grandma in the car. I'm ready to go up.
It's a family tradition.
That's awesome.
Patricia, you have a great day. Thanks for being on with us.
Have a happy one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
She's so sweet.
That was really cute.
I'm trying to think if my grandma, when she was alive, would have given me money from when she was on Price is Right. And I'm pretty sure the answer is
She
no.
would have been like, you didn't get picked. I did.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll take you to the circus. But I hate the circus. But we're going to the
Well,
circus.
that's what we're doing.
My grandma was very... at some point, she read a book on how to be a grandma, like what that meant. And she followed it to the letter, like, I am to have them over for a sleepover once a year. And it was like the biggest deal. And she planned for it for months. And it was like, it also said in the handbook, I should take them to the circus. But we hate the circus. So we're going to go to the circus and I'm going to get you cotton candy. But that makes me
cotton candy's
sick.
gross.
But that makes me totally sick when I eat it.
You're eating cotton
You will
candy.
eat cotton. It said it in the book. And that was my grandma.
Awesome.
Oh, that was really sweet.
Yeah,
See,
that was
people,
really sweet.
You know what's great is that Beth, and Jen are going, oh, isn't she so sweet? And then as soon as they say something nice about the show, somewhat towards me, Beth goes, God.
It's not even the show. It's just like, and I just want to thank you for letting me give money to my grandchildren. I'm like, well, the Price is Right was around before Mike, so.
And I don't think I was taking credit for it.
I'm just kidding.
You're such a bad person.
I am not. I'm just keeping you real.
You know what?
Keeping you grounded.
I don't know why everyone feels the need to keep me grounded.
All day.
Well,
All day. It's what I do.
Maybe you should take a hint.
I'm awesome full time. I don't think I honestly don't. I think I'm pretty hard on myself. I just told a story about being intimidated by smart people. The week before, it was intimidated by tall people.
I know. I had a little
See?
moment with you then.
I
Just because we're both short.
I'm not short. I'm average height. I'm average height. Jen Bisgrove.
He's average height. He made me look it up on Wikipedia.
Oh, really? Oh, someone's
5'10", right?
Someone's confident
Yes,
about that.
5'10", average
you
height.
5'10"?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I got measured when I was getting my life insurance, and the guy's like, "So you're 5'11"?" And I was like,
What?
God, I wish. Literally, I had the most wistful, almost lustful. Like,
I love you.
I just man who barely speaks English, who's apparently a doctor, and
That's good.
is going to check my vital signs
Yeah.
and gets paid a lot. Let's do. Jen Bisgrove? Are you ready? Are you ready for the next? It's now time for the Beth story ever told.
Yeah.
Ever told.
Yeah.
Make it quick though.
I'm pumped about this one. So because
Pumped because it's about the workout theme.
yes, because the podcast was scheduled at 9 a.m. this morning, I was like, oh God, 9 a.m. And my friend is a new addict of SoulCycle. Mike, have you heard about SoulCycle?
I have. I
Okay.
don't know what it sounds like. It's
it's like
sounds like it's a
Spinning.
class with different music, and maybe they dim the lights a little.
it's pretty much spinning with like some added mumbo jumbo about inspirational, motivational junk. And
Like
so
the teacher does it while you're riding the bike.
like it's a lot of like talking about confidence, which I was like, I'm fine. But
Yeah. By the way, we always it's always an attack on my confidence. And by the way, Beth is the most confident, maybe overconfident person on the planet. She's like, you know what's great
it's so
about
funny
me? Great
because I have nothing to show for being confident. It truly is just like
confidence.
confidence.
No, that was me as a kid, though. I was talking about that yesterday, where I was never
Well,
good
I'm
at
not
anything.
a kid anymore.
Well, you're still young. You're still a kid to me.
Okay, thanks.
That I was never good at anything ever, and never had any remote success in anything that I tried to do, no matter how hard I tried.
Yeah.
And yet I was incredibly confident in my ability to do, I
Anything.
don't know what, anything you threw me into, I felt like I could do, even though there was no evidence that was true.
No, yeah.
But you are a very, very confident person, so they're giving you stuff that you don't really need to hear, like how great you are.
Well, so it's funny because you go there. It's a 45-minute class, which I thought it would be an hour, but it's not. It's 45 minutes. It's $25 a class, plus $2 to park, plus $3 to get the shoes because you got to like click into the. So it's $30 pretty much for 45 minutes.
Do some people just buy their own shoes? Wait,
I
you?
think
Oh no way! You had to put other people's gross shoes on?
Yeah. It's kind of like bowling, but like bike shoes. I mean, I was wearing socks, but you got to click into it. You got to click into the bike. And it's actually the thing that's very off-putting about it is that it is in the dark because it's not like, oh, we're going to turn the lights on while you try to get on this very complicated bike and click into gears and all that kind of stuff. It's like, no, it's freaking dark. Like,
Well, they don't even turn the lights on when you walk
no.
in.
So I walked in and I was like, and my friend's like, and the music is so loud. So she just kind of points like, this is your bike. Cause I'm like, it's like, and And I'm like, oh my, like, where is it? And then this girl comes over and she goes, stand by your bike. Stand by your bike. I got to adjust this thing. And all of a sudden, all these people come to start adjust my bike, and they're taking measurements of where my hips are and like all this type of stuff. And they're keep being like, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Because literally the bike seat was like up by my head. Like tall people were on this bike. So it takes like 3 people for them to like cater it towards me.
To shrink it.
Yeah. And then I can't even walk right. I can't see where I'm going because these shoes have metal gears on them.
Yes, they're biking shoes that you click
no
in.
idea. And so then
because I have a bike.
So she keeps talking to me and she's like, have you been here before? And I'm like, yeah, no. Are you spinner? What? No. And then she's like, get on. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so she's got to click me in.
Wait, so I don't understand. I'm going to calm you down here for a second because we're getting a little wild.
Okay,
the hair's going everywhere. Because this was this morning.
And it's all in the dark.
Okay. First of all, I don't understand why the lights
dark?
aren't on.
I don't
when you
understand
walk in.
why either. There's candles everywhere. That's the light source.
That's lame. And the next thing is, if they're supposed to be all inspirational, it sounds like this lady was a little gruff with you.
Yeah, it was pretty much like, get on the bike now.
Wow. And then was this the same lady that got up and taught the class?
No, and then there was a guy. And I think it's very high energy. They try to just be like,
come on, get on your bike.
Like really intense.
Click in.
And they pretend that we're outside.
On a stationary bike.
Yeah.
Come on, it's going to be crazy.
I think that's why maybe they turn the lights off so you can't see that you're in like a room. But because they're
it's
always
probably
like,
a pretty ratty room too, if you think about it.
Well, they have things like warrior on the wall and like my favorite random word, it was like athlete, champion, but then there was this random word that said renegade, and I was like, renegade? Like, okay,
I'm in a 20 by 20 room with a fake insulated ceiling, and I am what?
I'm a renegade.
I'm riding a stationary bike in the dark.
Yeah, it was crazy. So the only thing you can only see by candlelight, and
you know what, is Soul Cycle anywhere else other than
it's
LA?
in New York.
Okay,
so it's only in New York. And
was there any? So there was like warrior,
yeah,
and then there was like renegade, and what was another one?
Champion, athlete,
douchebag.
Yeah, was very. Yeah.
Was that one of them?
Well, and there were definitely star pupils who like were like wearing a bra, like, and you know, I'm just kind of like, wear a shirt, you know, like we don't need to see all of your junk. You know?
Well, I think when people work out, they tend to, but how could you see anything anyway? It was in the dark.
Well, I mean, you could see the glistening of sweat on skin in candlelight. I mean, there were definitely times where I was like, I look pretty great. But, I mean, because you just, like, see this, like, glistening of definition.
Now it's time to knock her down. She just said there was definitely times where I look. If I said that, you guys would throw the computer.
But I think that's what they try to do. They try to be like, we're not going to put harsh light on you. You're going to see, like, your silhouettes moving with sweat and candlelight. Like, you think you look better. And then you get out and it's daylight and you're like, oh, like, I look awful. So then they would say things. The worst part was like, it was a good workout, and they keep the room like 85 degrees. So I was like disgusting and like sweating everywhere. But the guy was a good instructor, but then you could tell that he had to fit in things like, today you're doing this for you. Where it was just like,
so it was like a motivational speaker while you're on a stationary bike in the dark in Hollywood.
He'd be like, you guys, we're approaching the hill. Do the hill for the guy that's next to you on your left. And I'd just be like, I'm doing this hill for you.
hey, Fatty Arbuckle. I'm doing this for you, buddy.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what happened. And then as soon as
what
it's
makes
over,
it soul? Where does it get? Where's
it's
the
like,
name derived from?
It's supposed to be like good
for
your soul.
See, I thought it was like soul, like soul playing.
Oh, like Soul Man?
Yeah.
No, it's like chicken soup for the soul workout, I guess.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But then the worst part is that everyone gets off the bike after we're done with the workout, and my friend literally had to come and unhook me from the bike because I did not know how to work those shoes at all.
Just kick your leg out.
No.
Just kick it.
No.
God, I would love to see you on a bike.
The other funny thing they did is we would do different exercises, and as soon as we get to different exercises, the guy would go around and change the position of the candles. And sometimes, like, I could get my own candle and, like...
Wait, when you change the exercise, you're on the bike the whole time, right? Because you were stuck.
Can't get off the bike.
Yeah, you were stuck.
And I was definitely stuck.
Yeah. So when you say different exercises, I'm not following.
Oh, like stand up or go down or do push-ups while riding on the bike, you know, and do weights on the bike. They try to
They have weights?
Oh yeah, there's weights and you got to do weights.
Like in the holster of the bike. Like how do you?
Yeah,
like
and they're like there's like little holders by the seat, and so you have to reach out and.
Were you tired at the end?
I mean,
I know
really
you
sweaty.
are basically a fitness guru, so it would take an enormous workout to really tire you out.
No, I mean, I was definitely like I just sweat a lot, and it was hard.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it. I didn't realize any of that about soul because I really thought it was like music soul. Like
No.
funky, like I thought that soulful music, which I thought would be kind of cool.
Oh no!
So it's none of, I would have been so disappointed because I'd have gone in like my, my gospel choir outfit,
like, robe.
Yeah.
No, they'd say things like,
"Thank you, robe."
they'd be like, "We don't stop because we are quitters. Like we stopped because the workout's over." You know what I mean? And you're sort of just like, okay. I mean, the delivery was slightly better than what I just did, but. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. $30 for 45 minutes to be in the dark with a
spendy.
bike. It's really spendy. $25 a class.
Are you gonna end up
$3
working
to
there?
park. $2 for shoes. What?
Are you going to end up working there?
Actually, I did have like weird memories because I walked in and the girl was like, probably there at like 5:30 and she was folding a towel and I was like, ooh.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
do you think she would have left a bunch of dust in someone's office? I don't.
I can't judge. I don't know.
Maybe you should. Well, that was the Beth story ever told. And get excited for the next podcast when Beth reveals her new business plan. It involves acorns.
You guys, like, they're natural resources from the woods.
She's going to make money from, as if trying to make money in LA as an actress wasn't hard enough. She's going to downshift into making money off of acorns. So that's the next one.
I'm not going to be on unemployment that long.
That's right. Obama's in LA. Did you go thank him for your money?
No, I didn't. But,
Oh, he's here.
well, I signed his birthday card the other day. I got an email about his birthday card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
52? Is he 52?
Yeah, he is 52.
Yeah, see, I know stuff. Let's get back to people that Obama wouldn't like this. Someone who went on a yacht trip in a limo. Let's get Sonia, who won on Let's Make a Deal, on the phone. All right, Sonia, winner of Let's Make a Deal. How are you today?
I'm doing fabulous. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you came on to Let's Make a Deal, and I wanted to have you on because you won something that I would like to win, which is you won a trip on a yacht, and you got to the yacht via a limo. So I want to hear all about this because, about the actual experience when you won the prize. So when did you take the yacht trip?
It was on, actually, I think I still remember the day. It was April 28th, I believe. It was the last Sunday, of April. And it was an amazing trip, actually. Two of my friends couldn't go at the last minute here locally, so I contacted a couple of my friends in Minnesota, and they actually flew out for it because they were so excited. And so they stayed with us for the weekend, and it was great and fabulous because we were already they were staying with us. So the limo came to pick us up, and it took us to San Pedro, and then that's where we actually hopped on the yacht, which was amazing. I mean, when we first walked on, we were greeted with the guys. They were absolutely fabulous. Jeff and Captain Dave.
Oh,
Those are names. And
Was he wearing like the white?
Really
What was he wearing? Was he wearing like the epaulets and the hat?
Yeah, he was. It was great.
No one
and
knows
then
what an
on top
apple
of
is,
it, the chef had on a black hat and a black shirt, and they had all the food spread out and drinks for us and everything. And we were just treated like royalty. I mean, we could have anything we wanted, food and drink the entire day. The yacht was amazing. I'd never been on a yacht before. So,
Neither is Beth.
And it was fun. Yeah, and it was so fun because my boyfriend actually had moved to the marina, and we actually live in the marina, and he had moved here because he wanted to, like, meet people and get on yachts. And he'd never been on one, and he'd been in the marina for over 10 years. And
So he's been foiled, is what you're saying. His plan has not worked.
Yeah, and it was so great because when we started dating and everything, well, we've been together now almost 3.5 years, and it was so funny because I asked him to come with me on the show, and so he did. And when we were actually choosing, which one to take, because I was actually presented with 50 Shades of Wayne, the book, or the bookmark, which was inside of it,
Right.
which had a money amount on it, or I could choose the box. And I looked at him, and he's like, choose the box. And I was dressed as a runner, and he was dressed as my coach. And it was hysterical because when I chose the box, and it came up, and it said that we were getting a yacht cruise, he just flipped. We both just flipped out because he's always wanted to be on a yacht. So to actually experience that was amazing. I mean, it was such a beautiful yacht. And the service, like I said before, was amazing. And we got along really good with Captain Dave and Jeff. And they actually said we were one of the best customers they've ever had on the yacht.
Oh, that's cool. So how many of you were on the yacht?
There was 4 of us. So it was my boyfriend and I, and then another couple that we hang out with all the time. So
so
the limo. Found it very amazing.
So the limo picked you up in the morning, and then were you on the boat all day? What was the duration of the trip?
Yeah. So total, I think the whole duration was about 7 hours. They picked us up at our house in the morning with the limo. I think it was around 9 a.m. and then dropped us off at the harbor. I think it was around a little bit before 10. And then we got on the yacht, and then we basically didn't return back to the harbor where they, had to catch the limo again until about 5. I think we got home about 6:30, something like that.
That is so cool. And you're drinking and eating and doing the whole thing the whole time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was really fun. We could we could have whatever we wanted, right? So it was just the most amazing trip, and we just, like I said, we got along really good with them too. So they just thought we were really fun. We're all sharing stories and drinking, and one of our favorite moments of the trip was actually going out into the ocean, because we kind of, did a lot of going along, Long Beach and San Pedro and looking at all the sites, like the Queen Mary and everything, which was great, especially for my friends that, aren't really familiar with California.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, you're kind of still in the harbor, like it's smooth, right? Like it's because Long Beach is really like that it's huge. Mm-hmm. And that's where the Queen Mary is and all that kind of stuff. It's really fun boating, and it's really industrial. It's not the prettiest in the world, but it's really cool because
you see a lot of things.
It's a huge real port. Yes, real. You see
and
a lot of things.
we actually got to see the shipping boats too that had all of the storage and stuff on it from all the things that they load up onto the semis. So we took great pictures of that too, which we found really fascinating. Just looking at all of the industrial.
And then you ended up taking it out into the ocean. How was it? Was it rough?
No, actually, it was a really, really nice day, and it was very sunny, too. So, no, it wasn't rough. It was a little bit cool when the sun wasn't out, but for the most part, it was a really, really nice day. Before we had gone out to the ocean, we actually even got to look at the mansions a little south of Long Beach, which was really nice. I'm forgetting the town's name, but we went in and out of those, and we got to see those, which was absolutely gorgeous. And then after that, we went out to the ocean, and that was my favorite part because what we ended up seeing is a fish area where the fish were actually jumping around a lot, and the seagulls were flying above, and we got to see dolphins, sea lions, and then also seals all feasting on the fish out in the middle of the ocean. It was so amazing.
Oh, massacre.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Massacre. Of course, that's what you think. At any point, did anyone yell, "I'm on a boat," or say, "I'm king of the world"?
Well, actually, we kind of did something that was really funny. We went all the way to the front, just like the Titanic, because it had a little point, and we were taking pictures and doing the King of the World thing.
See, you kind of have to. It's kind of a given. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting thing that it's just if you go on a boat, you gotta kind of do that. That's awesome. Well, I am so glad that you had a great yacht trip because those are really, I think, amazing prizes that the prize department over at Let's Make a Deal puts together. I think, and it's tough because in the moment, I don't think people really know what they've won, and I don't even think it resonates to the home audience either with some of these experiences, which is one of the reasons we're doing the podcast, which is, you want people to know, like, when you win a yacht trip, like, it's kind of insane. It's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing, and it's really cool. So thanks for telling us about it, and I'm glad you had so much fun.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. It was probably one of my favorite days of this year.
That's
awesome. So cool.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for being on with us, Sonia. Talk to you later.
Thanks for having me. Okay, bye.
Bye. There you go, Beth. A
like
yacht
this
trip.
Whole podcast is like talking to people that do things. And
the only
things that I don't do.
Soul Cycle.
Yeah, I did.
Easy,
do
Richie
Soul
Rich.
Cycle.
How much is it per time? $30?
Oh, my friend had a free pass. I didn't pay $30 for that.
Oh my God.
Hey.
But the only one thing I didn't like about that story is it didn't tie into your through line of fitness.
What is that?
Your fitness
I
through line.
know. Well,
she hurt her
foot. So she couldn't really.
She had to relax.
Yeah.
Maybe she did that
and
working out.
after you work out, you should relax.
On a yacht.
Yeah, you should.
You should go out on a yacht.
I should.
It's so much fun.
That sounds
It's
fun.
really great. That's really cool that they get to do that kind of stuff. I think
Yeah.
those those are the prices that drive me crazy on both price and deal, because no one really gets what they are and how much effort goes into them and what it takes to charter a 50-foot yacht and make sure
Yeah.
everything's cool and get the limo and all that kind of stuff. And both price departments do a great job of putting these great experiences together that it's hard to make resonate
I'm
on the
sure
TV
that
show.
a lot of people just think like, oh, they get to go take a boat ride, you
Right.
know, and it's so different.
Well,
than that.
you know, we did the Price is Right yacht day where we took a lot of
Oh,
the
I
staff
know.
out on a yacht, and it was I guess a couple people thought we were just going out on like one of the big commercial like. There's cruises in the harbor. There's that you can
right.
just go on, and you know, like 300 people go on them, and there's like a bar and whatever. And I was like, no, we're going on a yacht,
Yeah.
like a yacht, not like a
boat.
commercial. You know, it was a commercial fisherman all day, and then at night
Yeah.
they're taking us around. It was so that's cool that she liked that so much. I
Yeah,
love
it's
that.
awesome.
That's one of those ones that I was like, I would love that one. There's another one, and it may even be the same boat where they send you to Catalina for a couple days.
That's really cool.
And food and drinks, and there's 2 captains, and you can bring 4 people on it, and I think
that's really cool
I'd
because
love
that's a
to-
substantial ride to
yeah.
Catalina.
Yeah. It's about a $5,000 prize when
That's
when
really
it's all said and
cool.
done. Yeah, that's a really cool one. That you know, most of the time, most people couldn't do because why would you spend that much money
just
for
to go to
2
Catalina,
days,
right?
You know, but that's very cool. Well, it's been a very nice podcast.
It has been
I
lovely.
think it's been inspirational. I've been a little bit of a renegade.
Oh yeah, totally.
think.
Renegade, my favorite.
And
Did you do it for you? Are you doing this for you today,
no,
Mike?
No,
Are you doing
No,
it for
Beth.
me?
no. I do it for the people. I don't know. I don't know why I do it. The motivation for it is tough to explain,
It
Beth,
is.
why we're doing this. But I do it for the people, and I do it because I want my kids to go to college. I think
Okay.
that's the real.
Oh yeah, because that's really bringing it in here.
Doesn't that bring it in?
Yeah.
Does that tighten it up a little bit?
Because yeah.
So I thought it was good. And then we got Patricia, who brought her grandson, which was cute, and is giving all of her. Like, can she be my grandma?
I know.
Didn't you
she
want to
was
adopt her as your
adorable.
grandma?
I did.
You could tell she's like a really good
She was adorable.
grandma to all 4 grandkids.
She was very selfless.
Although, if I was Christian, I was wondering whether I wouldn't be like, I'm the one that got you to go. Why don't I get the $11,600? Why are we divvying it up?
Why are we splitting this
Why are we
up?
splitting the estate now, Grandma? Let's not
Yeah.
do it now. Let's give me the money.
Maybe
I'm the
Patricia
one-
didn't tell us about the bitter, nasty part that happened.
I have a feeling that Christian's a really good kid.
I do too.
Because he sounds like he has really good parents and a really good grandma, and he's just like a sweet kid.
Maybe he'll be back.
And the other thing that was interesting is that she was, I think, excited for herself, but really disappointed that Christian didn't get up. She brought it up like 4 times.
Oh, I know.
That was cute.
That was cute.
The best story I ever told was amazing as usual.
Great.
Your life is a cartoon.
Thanks.
And I think that you should make it a goal this year because I think you should be writing down your goals that you should go on a yacht,
I will.
just like Sonia.
Maybe you can help me make that happen.
I don't think so.
Okay. Bye.
That was random.